everybody. Welcome back to Happily Booked, the bookcast where two kindred spirits believe that the pursuit of happiness is the same thing as reading a good book and being able to talk about it. We're your hostesses, Brooke and
Beck
and Stetson. He's adorable. I think he's going to sleep, so we'll see. I mean, it's fine. Even if he doesn't go to sleep, I'm sure Emma will go get him and,
yeah, it'll be fine.
Play with him. Whatever. So, see, it's weird not being able to hear yourself. Oh, man. So, I don't feel like I have to listen to myself. Do you want your headphones?
Well, I don't want you to look silly.
Oh, too late for that. It's such a habit. Like, Austin's like, you don't need the headphones. I'm like, you're right. We don't. But, okay. It's so funny. I don't feel like last week we did our wrap-up thing, which is what we do in January. We do our wrap-up from the year prior. And then we talk like we normally do. But I don't feel like we were like, yay, it's season 3. Like it didn't feel like
we didn't.
It just sort of, and it's fine that it felt like a normal episode because that's normal. But it didn't feel like, I don't know, like a big deal. And I feel like it should be a little bit of a big deal.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, yay. Season 3.
I mean, we made it through season 2.
Wait, what?
We made it through season 2.
We did. I don't know how.
That was a rough season.
That really was. Like, I mean, every time we talked, I feel like maybe 70% of our recordings had technical difficulties.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Or illness.
Or we just ended up not recording.
Yeah.
Did we ever record bonus episodes? I feel like maybe we did. No, we didn't.
Maybe one.
Maybe one. Yeah. I feel like maybe one. But, man.
Yeah, that was a rough year.
It was rough. Everyone was getting sick, and then we thought the interface was dead, and we're going to have to buy a new interface. We can't even record, which I think at the time we maybe could have recorded, but no, I'm probably wrong, actually. I think this is like a big communication between the speakers and the computer. I'm not really techie. So
we'll leave that up to the sideways sheriff.
Yeah, this is and the fact that we're doing videos now is fun. Our first video is not up yet because I thought the system OBS, I thought I could edit the video and add things to the video and stuff on here. I cannot.
Oh.
This is just like a recording platform. And so Austin's like, oh, we need to he had like Adobe video editing downloaded and stuff, but he got rid of it because he just didn't need it. And we were, paying monthly for it and he wasn't using it. So he's like, okay, well, we'll have to get that back. So, I can add things for our videos.
Oh, wow.
So they look, like proper YouTube videos.
Professional.
Yeah, semi at least. Bear with us. So that's not out yet. And then so we'll probably do that this coming weekend. That's probably something we'll do this coming weekend because I want to get our videos out. And I had never had time to edit, like strip the audio from it to just do the audio like I normally do, like on Buzzsprout and stuff. So, but yeah, man, season 3 is just crazy. It's just crazy.
It's exciting.
It is exciting. I feel like this is a big part of, I guess, our lives. This is just a big thing. For, I guess, these past few weeks when we were sick, but we were also taking breaks because it was like the end of, we're done for that season or whatever. And we were sick and all that. I felt like I'm reading and I'm finishing things, but like, what do I do now?
We couldn't talk about it.
What do I do now that I finished it? And I'm like, people just read books and that's it. I used to just read books and that was it. Oh, it's weird. It's life-changing, but this is fun. So, yep, just bear with us with the videos. They're coming. They're in the make. This is a video. It's there. It's on the computer. Just got to edit it and get it up. So
exciting.
Yep. So, do you have a quote?
Oh.
It's okay.
I never have a quote.
I know.
I'm
it's
the
all
worst
right.
co-host.
No. I think you just really know that I'm going to have a quote. Whether I'm going to be able to read it or cry, I don't know.
We're about to find out.
That was a little ridiculous. Afterwards, I was like,
Did you find it?
yes. Okay. I don't know how many I have, but I'll just click this one. Okay. Well, you can't love everything equally, she said. You just can't. And if you did, then it's the same thing as loving nothing at all. So you have to hold just a few things dear because that's what love is. Particular, specific. You'll never be able to, it's nice, right? But you'll never be able to guess what that's from. It's just, it's so kind of random and obscure, but isn't that sweet?
It is sweet. Is it a book you're currently reading or a book you have finished?
Ooh, somebody's been snooping. I finished it.
You finished it. Oh.
She's like, you need to plug that. Okie dokie. Yeah, somebody's maybe been snooping on Storygraph. Do you know what that's from?
Well, now I have to give me a second.
Was your phone dead? Oh, he's on.
It was close. It was close to dead. That's why I wasn't looking at it.
Yeah. This is Stetson's cup, clearly, because it says Stetson. It's got a little moose on it. He got it for Christmas, everybody. But he can't use this, so I'm using it for iced coffee. I'm sure he won't mind.
Read recently. That's the list I need to... Did you... Wait. First of all, did you put it in Storygraph that you finished?
Of course. Gotta have my phone tell me what a good job I'm doing.
Is it Arc?
It is Arc by Veronica Roth.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
You gave it a 5-star?
Somebody. I feel like somebody's snooping in my business now. I'm just kidding.
Wait, you should be proud of me for using Storygraph.
Good job. Good job. I did like that. Okay, we'll get to that. I never wrote out any actual reviews, so whatever I can think of is just going to come out.
What is
Godspeed.
this episode going to even be like?
Oh, goodness. I left a haul upstairs.
Well, you better go get it.
Lord.
Ooh.
I'm out of shape. Okay. I like the memes where it's like, I'm in shape. Round is a shape. Okay.
That should be my theme meme.
Theme meme. I like that rhyme. All right, ready to hear this?
Ready.
That's crazy. It didn't even rip all the way. I don't even like ASMR. Like, I'm not a person who seeks that out, you know? But since I have this, it's like, if we're recording.
My children used to watch those videos and then they would show me. I'm like, why are you showing me this?
Are you watching soap break apart, you know?
Oh, look at that.
This is Leora by her.
By me.
My copy came in the mail.
Awesome.
It came a couple days ago, actually. But I never opened it because I wanted to haul it here.
Yay.
So, is that okay that I just tossed your book?
Yeah, it's cool.
It's my book now. Yeah, that's, actually, I think I actually technically have, like, Kindle haul. The Kindle haul is, don't look at that. No cheating.
Was it a surprise?
No cheating. Nah. Yeah, I have 3 things to haul on Kindle.
Okay.
This is something I'm trying to keep up with, you know, because it's easy to forget and disregard things that are on Kindle.
Yeah.
So, first one is I Am Legend by Richard Matheson. Do you know the movie?
Yeah. I was going to say that title sounds familiar.
With Will Smith. They're kind of like zombie stuff, you know. He has to be back at his house and he's got a dog in the movie. Have you seen the movie?
No.
Don't watch it, Becky. Yeah, so I've never read it. I don't know why I never realized it was a book. I don't know why this keeps happening to me. Because it's like, obviously it's a book. Almost everything is a book.
Right.
But yeah, I will read the synopsis. The population of the entire world has been obliterated by a pandemic of vampire bacteria.
Oh.
Yet Yet somehow, Robert Neville survived. He must now struggle to make sense of what happened and learn to protect himself against the vampires who hunt him nightly. As months of scavenging and hiding turn to years marked by depression and alcoholism, Robert spends his days hunting his tormentors and researching the cause of their affliction. But the more he discovers about vampires around him, the more he sees the unsettling truth of who is and who is not a monster. Richard Matheson's I Am Legend has been a major influence on horror literature. In 2012, it was named the best vampire novel of the century. Wow. By the Horror Writers Association. What?
Association.
You ever had that happen to you?
Yes.
Like, I can talk. Like, I know that word. Austin did that recently while he was doing his drifting simulation competition thing. He was like, I can't talk. He's like, I know this word. I can't get it out. Association. And thank you. And the Bram Stoker estate. The novel was adapted to a film in 1964 as The Last Man on Earth.
Oh.
In 1971 as Omega Man, and in 2007 as I Am Legend, starring Will Smith. I did not know about The Last Man on Earth from 1964 or 1971 Omega Man. I didn't know that. I didn't know this existed, but therefore I obviously didn't know there was any correlation.
Omega Man sounds familiar. Like, I feel like I've heard that title. I mean, I was born in 1980, so I mean, it's not like it's that far-fetched that I know of something from the 70s.
It's not out of the realm of reality. Yeah. And the movie's pretty good. I don't know. This will be interesting. It's on Kindle Unlimited. So if you have Kindle Unlimited and didn't realize I Am Legend is a book, it's on there. It's actually very short, too. It is a typical read of 2 hours and 55 minutes. It's 104 pages.
Oh.
It's so short.
That's not bad.
I did not realize I a lot of things, apparently. The movie was pretty good, though. I liked the movie a lot. Will Smith is just, trapped alone. What's the island in New York? The big island.
Staten Island?
Yeah, I think so. I've been to New York too. Yeah. He everybody else escapes, and because the vampires are like breaking out or something. It's been a long time since I've watched it, but he's like the only person left on Staten Island, and they're nocturnal, so they are sleeping in abandoned buildings in the very darkness of the abandoned buildings during the day, and he's out doing things with his dog and collecting things for survival and doing research about these weird vampires that have taken over his life and ruined his life. And then one day he has some kind of accident, falls, hits his head, wakes up, and it's about to be sunset. And he's like, oh crap, I gotta get home. Then it takes off from there. It's a really good movie. It is a little spooky, and there's some sad parts. But
what was the other movie from 1960 whatever?
Let's see. 1964 was The Last Man on Earth.
I know two of the actors from the Omega Man, so that might be why I've heard of it. The Last Man.
There's a TV show called The Last Man on Earth, too, so that's what I was thinking of, and I'm like, that has no correlation whatsoever.
Yeah, that's the one I clicked on.
Yeah.
Let's try this again, man. 1964. Oh, Vincent Price. Charlton Heston was in the Omega Man, and Anthony Zerbe. And the only reason why I know who Anthony Zerbe is because I used to watch The Young Riders, and he was on that. And he was older in that. Vincent Price is one of the best horror actors of the early film industry. So I'm surprised I don't know that. He's the only name I recognize in that movie. Orlando De Rossi.
Are you going to seek them out and watch them?
I don't know.
You should, if you can.
I might watch the one with Vincent Price. He used to read spooky things on Disney, like in the morning. I would be getting ready for school, and I would watch Alice in Wonderland. And Vincent Price would read something, and I always loved his voice. So he's a really good voice actor. I don't know. I like Charlton Heston. He did the original Planet of the Apes movies.
Oh yeah, I have seen, I think, one of those. Yeah. I have two more things, and I just had a random tidbit, random thought, random little do in my head.
Yeah.
Before you leave today, I do have somewhat of a gift for you that I had said was for Christmas.
Oh.
It's not wrapped.
Okay.
But I forgot about it last week. I haven't done you wrong. I don't think yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
Okay. And then I downloaded a book. Actually, I paid for this book, but it was on sale. No, it wasn't. But I was going to get enough points to get $3 off my next Kindle purchase.
That's nice.
Yeah. $3. Nothing is tempting until they word it a certain way. And then it's like, oh, well, I've got to do this so that I can get $3 off.
Yeah.
Why? I saw this book on YouTube and I was watching somebody's blog videos, it seems, I think. And it is called The Bear by Andrew Krivak. I'm sorry, Andrew, if I said your name wrong. The person I watched on YouTube, she said it is basically somebody else's version of The Road by Cormac McCarthy.
Oh.
Which, if anybody wasn't here last week, that's the book that had the quote I couldn't read because I got choked up and upset. And I threw it at Becky and was like, you got to read it. You have to read it. So, and it was funny because she was like, it's about two people. I think it's a father and a daughter in this book. But in The Road, it was a father and son, and they're just traveling, trying to survive because the world is not what it used to be. Hello, sweater.
So sorry.
And she was like, even the covers are like so similar. I don't know if you can see the cover. It's kind of small. I'm going to try to put it up in the video. So forgive me.
Now they get to see me taking my glasses off and putting them on. Yes.
So it's black, brown, white, and pretty basic. This has more than The Road, because The Road, the cover is literally just words. Like, It's just the title and the author. But it's it's brown, black, and white. And she said it really feels like this is just somebody's version. They wanted to write their own version of The Road by Cormac McCarthy. So this is the synopsis. I actually have not read it yet. She sold me enough on it to where I didn't have to. So we'll see what happens. In this Edenic future, is that how you'd say that? Eden, like referring to Eden?
Yeah.
Edenic, yeah. I've never read that or said
Same.
that. A girl and her father live close to the land in the shadow of a lone mountain. They possess... Gotta come closer. They possess a few remnants of civilization. Some books, a pane of glass, a set of flint and steel, a comb. The father teaches the girl how to fish and hunt, the secrets of the seasons and the stars. He is preparing her for an adulthood in harmony with nature, for they are the last of humankind. But when the girl finds herself alone in an unknown landscape, it is a bear that will lead her back home through a vast wilderness that offers the greatest lessons of all, if she can only learn to listen. A cautionary tale of human fragility, of love and loss, The Bear is a stunning tribute to the beauty of nature's dominion. So, it sounds wonderful. It does sound more of like a love letter to nature than The Road was, but it sounds really good. It sounds like something I'll really enjoy. Then, I only have to haul this because this is a part of a short story collection on Kindle, and I finished the first one, which was Ark by Veronica Roth. And this one is Summer Frost by Blake Crouch. This one says, a video game developer becomes obsessed with a willful character in her new project. In a mind-bending exploration of what it means to be human by the New York Times best-selling author of Recursion, Maxine was made to do one thing: die. Except... She's a video game character. It's okay. Except the minor non-player character in the world, Riley, is makes her own impossible decision. veering wildly off course and exploring the boundaries of the map. When the curious Riley extracts her code for closer examination, an emotional relationship develops between them. Soon, Riley has all new plans for her spontaneous AI, including bringing Max into the real world. But what if Max has real world plans of her own? So we'll see how that goes. This collection seems really interesting. So when I first hauled Arc by Veronica Roth, it was like a long time ago. Like our setup was still in the living room and near the front door.
Yeah.
Like we were sitting by the front door. And I remember I hauled it. At least I think that's when I hauled it. I may have just mentioned it, not actually had it. I thought it was a short story collection all by Veronica Roth.
Mm-hmm.
So all stuff that she wrote, but like sci-fi, maybe thrillery. Arc was just downright beautiful and very sad, but gorgeous. So, and like quiet and kind of peaceful at the same time. So, I don't know. And then I realized, oh, it's just another short story collection that Kindle has done. Like the two others I've now read, they're all by other authors, and that's fine. That's great.
Were you disappointed?
No, I mean, maybe in a way I'm a little disappointed that they're not all going to be as beautifully written as Arc was. Like, I would have loved that to be a full-length novel. Like that, I would just eat that up. And it's possible she has something like that. I just don't know because I was going
to ask you.
Because I don't do research. So things I say are wrong. And
that's why the people love you.
Hopefully they love me. Do you love me? And so I'm a little disappointed, I guess, in a way, but nah, not really. Like, I think they're all going to be pretty good. I don't know about this video game one. Like, I started it last night, and I was just too tired to finish it because they're very short. But it seems okay. It doesn't seem as impactful as the first one, but it wouldn't because they're totally different stakes. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So I'm actually, that's something I am currently reading, obviously, because I started it last night.
Right.
But setting that information aside, have you finished anything?
No, but I am. I checked it before we came. 66% of the way through. And let me say the right name, because I can't remember these titles of these books.
See, I'm just incorrect, and you just can't remember.
It's terrible getting old. The Gathering Storm.
Oh, yeah, by
Robert Jordan.
Your man, Robert.
Yes, and I'm almost done with this series.
Yeah, like book 25?
Something like that. Book 12.
Yeah.
I don't like where we're going with the main character's character right now.
Oh, man.
Something happened, and he's becoming, he has become a cruel person. Like,
Uh-oh.
I guess cruel might be too strong of a word, but he's not the same person he was like at the beginning of this book. And I don't know, I don't like it. And sometimes when you read in this series, something will happen that you don't like and you're upset about it and the trajectory of the book, and then something will happen that turns it back how you want it to go.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that something's going to happen because there's this. Okay, so there's a character in the books who can read. She has readings.
Me too.
Supernatural readings, I guess. She can't control when it happens or how it happens. She just sometimes will be looking at a person and these colors will swirl around them. And she's learned what different things mean. So she knows the future based on what those swirls say somewhat. And her readings are never wrong. So when she sees something that's going to happen, well, she told him either in the last book or 2 books ago that he needed the help of this one person, that she had to teach him something to help him with the last battle. And her readings are not always specific. So she doesn't know what the person is supposed to teach him, just that he needs her.
Mm-hmm.
Well, something happened in this last book, and it's made his character, his personality change. So much so that he banished the woman that's supposed to help him.
He's turning evil.
And he said, I don't want to see your face. So she is still there because she's stubborn and doesn't want to leave, but she's making sure he can't see her face. So, like, he knows it's her, but he can't see her face. So.
Petty.
Yeah. And he lets her get away with it because he has threatened to kill her, but really he doesn't want to kill her. So. Anyway, it's just like.
Yeah.
She hasn't taught him whatever it is she's supposed to teach him because they don't know what it is she's supposed to teach him. And so why would you banish her when you know that men's readings are always accurate? They always come true. So you still need her.
He's a stubborn man.
So it's just like, I don't like this.
I know.
So I feel like there's got to be something that's going to happen that corrects that relationship somehow. So I don't know.
I know, like, what could possibly happen? Surely the series isn't going to end with you, like, hating somebody you're supposed to love and root for.
Right. Well, and it's kind of told us all the way through the series, you don't know if he is going to live or die. But he has to be alive for the last battle.
Yeah.
Because he has to fight the Dark One. So, only time will tell what's going to happen. Yeah, I just don't like the trajectory of his character right now.
That's crazy. How far are you in that?
I'm 66% through.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm pretty sure the next book is the last technical book in the series. I think the 14th book is the prequel. And I already started reading the prequel by accident.
Was that when I got it for you? Or like...
No, I was looking for this one on YouTube.
Oh, like recently?
Yeah. And it didn't have it actually said book 0, which makes sense now when I think about it. Because book 0 would be the prequel. But I just thought it was confused because I searched up this book.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought that they had typed it in wrong or something. I don't know. And I'm listening to it and I'm like, this just sounds like this happened a long time ago. Is this a flashback? And then I was like,
you said this doesn't seem right.
Surely this flashback wouldn't last this long. And finally I was like, this has to be the prequel.
Has to be.
I actually used a credit on Audible. So I'm listening to it on Audible.
Wow.
The holy
How many
credits
do you have?
I still have 2.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what they're there for, is for, I don't have an Audible anymore, but to be used.
Right.
But it's like, these are special. These are special. I have to save this for something I really want.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might use it for the next book. One of them for the next book too.
That's crazy. I can't believe it.
Yes. Once I get done with this series, then I'm going to go back to reading the T.E. Kinsey series, I can't think of her name, the Peabody series, but that's not who wrote it.
Elizabeth Peters. Yes,
thank you. Elizabeth Peters series. And then
I just wrote that down somewhere in here.
And then
or saw it.
The third series I was alternating back and forth between Robin Page.
Oh, forgot about that one. Sorry.
Yeah.
Can't help you there.
That's okay. And then a lady at church lent me some books.
Oh,
so
nice.
I should probably read one of those. And she may eventually want her books back. So
probably.
You know what? I should have brought those for a haul.
Should have. Do you know what they are?
Next week. One of them is a Robin Page book, but it's not It's the wife, Susan Wittig.
Oh.
So the husband-wife team who writes under Robin Page are Susan and Albert Wittig.
Okay.
And they also each have their own series that they wrote by themselves. But
when you said the wife, I was thinking, is that the name? And then you were like, Susan Wittig, and I was like, oh, okay, you mean, yeah, duh, right.
So and I think the series or the book that I have is about Beatrix Potter, or Beatrix Potter-esque type setting.
Okay.
And then there's 3 other books. I don't remember what they are, but I remember that I saw her name, and I had a long time ago when we first started the podcast and I talked about them.
Way long ago.
I had looked up some
back
of her,
in the day.
Yes, I had looked up some of her books, and that I think the one that she lent me is one of the books that I had seen.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do want to read that, but I don't remember what the other books are.
Okay. Well, if you still have them next week,
I'll bring them next week, and I'll have a haul.
there you go. Something for the people to look forward to. I like this because now if we have an actual book, we can be like,
hold it up. Yes.
Hello. Look
Be
at
like,
that.
Don't you want to see this beautiful cover?
Yeah.
We know you do.
Yeah. I really wish I could think of what the Kindle is called. Kindle Color. I don't wanna. Kindle Color Soft. And I always say color scheme, and that is not right. It's the Kindle Color Soft. I want
see
it.
The confusion. Soft scheme. They sound the same.
I want it so bad. I'll probably have to trade this in for it, which I guess makes sense. What else would I do with it, really? But
can you do that?
yeah, they have a. Last time I looked, at least on Amazon, it said there's a trade in. You get like 30% off or something if you trade in your something like that.
That's nice.
But yeah, so I'll probably end up doing that. This is not for today. I didn't actually write down anything for today.
Interesting.
Except for this, which is that's not even for today. That's for crocheting. Anyway, I'm gonna make myself a sunflower cardigan.
I have a friend who's doing a temperature blanket.
You tell them to stay committed.
I didn't. I just liked her post, and she
is it crochet or knit?
It's crochet, and she was asking her crochet friends, and they all gave good advice. So I just liked their comments, but she was like, "Why are my ends not even?" And one of her friends was like, "You're either adding or subtracting."
I saw something like that. I started to follow like crochet pages on Facebook. So I've seen a couple people like ask like, what am I doing wrong? And I was like, I think I didn't comment, but I was like, I think what they're doing wrong is what you just said is like miscounting and dropping one or whatever.
Yeah. And so they suggested getting a stitch marker, which I have resorted to from time to time.
I'll still be doing that in the future.
Because counting is hard when you have children or parents.
Yeah.
And you're trying to count and they're trying to talk to you.
Yeah.
When my ends look like her ends, I just, when I'm done, I just put a border on it so you can't tell.
That's what somebody had commented on the one I saw. They were like, it honestly doesn't look that bad. Like, I know you probably don't want to go back and fix it, but this is what you're doing wrong since you asked. I would just throw a border on it and call it good.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. My next goal is to learn the retro daisy granny square.
Yeah.
And then I want to learn the sunburst granny square and then any other granny square after that.
Yeah.
So those are my next two priority squares. And I think I'm going to learn to read a pattern soon too. That's going to be a goal of mine.
Yeah.
No wonder you don't know how to read those little patterns.
Yeah.
It's like hieroglyphics.
Yeah, it's a whole other language.
It's like, what's going on?
I could probably figure it out now because I've listened to so many videos, and I could probably look at it and go, oh, that's probably slip stitch.
I think the dots are chains. That's it. That's all I know. That's it. But like I got all these lines and stuff. I'm like, no wonder you don't know how to read these. That's crazy. Just type it out in words.
Well, we need a video on how to decipher the
Yeah, that's going to be something I'm going to look up on YouTube. I have yet to do that.
Yeah.
But I am sure there was a video about that.
Yeah, there has to be.
We'll see. Anyway, I got off a little off. I got you off track.
No, that's fine. I mean, we do sometimes talk about crochet and knitting on
You
here.
would be so proud of me. So this past weekend, I don't know if you knew this, but we had a bulldozer. It didn't work, but we just had it. Austin got it from an auction a while ago, and it was his goal to fix it because it's in good shape, and he was gonna use it to like make trails in the woods and stuff. He wasn't looking for a bulldozer; it just stumbled into his path, and he got it very cheap. So he was like, "Okay, well, we have a bulldozer." Well, it sat out back in the yard.
Anything.
He never fixed it just because he couldn't prioritize it, compared to other things. So this past weekend, one of his friends was looking for a bulldozer. So they all came over. It was him, his friend that needed the bulldozer, and his girlfriend. And she was so nice. Not that I expected her to be mean or anything, but she was just so nice to me. I'm not very social. I know people who know me are probably thinking, what are you talking about? Yes, you are. No, I'm not. I'm really not. It took everything I had to even just walk outside and like talk to her. She's on my property, and I could barely had the strength to do that. And so we just started talking. They have a bunch of animals. They've got like I think 2 cows, a horse,
nice,
goats, a donkey, chickens, cats, dogs.
Oh, I'm
like,
so jealous.
They've got all these animals. So that's really what we started talking about, was like chickens and stuff. But then like I was just doing other things. Like I was like, oh, you want to go see our chicken coop? She's like, yeah, sure. So we drove over to the chicken coop or walked over or whatever. And then I was like, you want to drive around and see other things? And I had a thing of trash in the back of our utility vehicle. And so I went down to the end of the driveway, and she was like, oh, is that y'all's little free library? I was like, it is. Feel free to look if you want anything. I was like, and normally we put our eggs out here because we normally get too many, like, for us. And she was like, I love to read. And I was like, oh my gosh, I think I've made a friend. And I don't know how people do it, but I did it. And so I was like, well, if you like to read, I've got a podcast. And she was like, oh my gosh, what's it called? And she like jotted it down on her phone, and she was like, I don't know how we started talking about it, like statistics with books. She was like, is there an app you use for that? I was like, of course there is. I was like, I use Storygraph. Dry one off. I don't know if y'all could hear that. Just a girl trying to do her laundry.
I felt it.
Oh yeah.
My chair vibrated.
I was like, I use Storygraph because it gives you like a lot of statistics and stuff, and I really like that. I was like, honestly, me and my friend that do the podcast, we kind of geek out. We're kind of geeks. I was like, if you listen to the podcast, we're kind of dorks. And she was like, that's okay, I love it, or whatever. I don't know what she said to that. I don't remember. But yeah, you should be proud of me. I actually
am proud
told
of
somebody
you.
That we have a podcast.
I'm so proud of you.
She was really friendly.
I mentioned our podcast in my book.
Oh, you do actually. Yeah, in the
Acknowledgements.
that's what they're called. Yep. So yeah. And then I was like, well, I don't know if you'll start at the beginning, but the audio's a little off. Took us a few tries to get, a setup that was comfortable. But yeah, so I told somebody about our podcast.
That's awesome.
Point being, okay, thanks. Oh, and what were we talking about other than that?
Crochet. Does she crochet?
I don't know. I meant to ask her if she knit or crochet or anything like that. Faith is coming a long way. She's knitting her blanket.
Okay.
I know. I'm excited to see it. She hasn't sent me any more squares that she was making for it. Or I think it's in one piece, but it's like a square at a time. It's kind of it's a different kind of pattern. But she sent me one, and I was like, "Look at you go, girl." Oh, man. What's good about knitting and crocheting is that you have something to do with your hands. If you just are that person that needs something to do with your hands, and it's not scrolling on Facebook, it's not scrolling on Instagram, right. It's something that feels productive. Yep. You're making it. Those are really great hobbies to have. So you're reading The Sword of Swords. Crown of Swords.
No.
Sword.
The Gathering Storm.
The Gathering Storm. That's what I said.
Crown of Swords was the one that I talked about for so long and could never get the title right.
Yeah. Is that the one you put down and went back to? That might be why
it might be.
It stays in my head. And then Crosswords of Twilight.
Yeah.
That one stays in my head.
That was hard.
That was hard to say for some reason. Okay. Well, I'm reading Summer Frost by Blake Crouch, the short story, on Kindle. Let me pull up my story graph.
If anyone from Storygraph watches or listens.
Oh, I think I skipped a step. I finished things.
Rewind.
Whoops. I skipped a step of what we like to do. I finished a lot of things.
It's our podcast. You can do whatever you want to do, Brooke.
Thanks. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Well, do I talk about books that I've finished since the beginning of the year or just since last week?
Just
the last week?
You can do since the beginning of the year, but don't give us all the synopsis for 300 books.
Okay.
Maybe stick with the synopsis of the ones you finished last week.
Okay. That's a good idea. Well, I finished... The very first book that I finished this year was called Hidden Pictures by Jason... Somebody.
Jason somebody.
He's got a last name that I can't remember. By Jason Rekulak.
Explains why you couldn't remember it. That's not an easy name.
It's not. And I have a hard time with hard names. Sorry, I feel like I'm moving around a lot. And I gotta remember that there's a video of me. They're probably like, Brooke, what are you doing? Sit still. So that was the first book I finished. That was one of the 3 books that Austin's brother's girlfriend let me borrow when she was in town.
Okay.
So she was like, you should start with Hidden Pictures. And that's what I did. So I listened to her. And I am glad I listened to her. That is the first, I guess, thriller. It's actually labeled here as a horror, but I would say it's a thriller. Personally.
What did you rate
my
it?
thoughts matter.
They do.
5 stars.
Okay.
I was reading it, and it's one of those books. It's got it's called Hidden Pictures. It's got kids' drawings in it.
Oh.
As the story progresses, the drawings progress.
Oh.
So you can imagine, like, if you've seen, you know, The Ring or anything, like it gets creepy, and
there's a reason I haven't seen The Ring.
It gets a little creepy and unsettling. And I tell you what, when I got to the first unsettling drawing, I literally jumped. It scared me. I sent her a picture. I was like, tell me why I actually jumped.
That's funny.
But it was very good. It's about this woman who is in recovery, like rehab, who she's trying to do better for herself. She's trying to like lead a better life, and so she's in this like program where her sponsor is getting her a job, a temporary job. So she gets this temporary nanny job, a live-in nanny job at this like really wealthy house in this really wealthy neighborhood. I think it's set. I don't know where it's set. It might be set. Maybe it was New Jersey. I don't remember. It's somewhere up north. And so she starts this job, and everything is great, and the kid loves to draw, and then she starts getting these drawn pictures from this child. I said that weird. Sorry. Where they're a little off. Mm-hmm. Something's a little off. And so she starts to go into trying to figure out why these pictures are getting off, what's going on, what's really happening. And I expected a lot of things to happen in that book, but when the twist came, threw me for a whirl. Did not see it coming. To save my life, my jaw dropped. I was so impressed. I messaged her, and I was like, I expected a lot to go down in this book, but I did not expect that. I was very pleased with how it went. It really surprised me, and it was very well written. It was very good. It was very like engaging the whole time. You wanted to know what was going on. It was really good. I really, really liked it. And even though it's a thriller, normally thrillers, I want to say, are like kind of almost on the smaller end page-wise, just because people like to get through them really quickly. It was a little bit longer, but it was worth it. And it also was...
how many pages it was?
No, I don't. I can look.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's 400 pages. So that's a little hefty for a thriller book. And but also now I'm thinking about it, it's got extra pages that are just kids drawings. So that probably has something to do with it. But it was very good. I really liked it. And then I finished The Road by Cormac McCarthy. Yeah, yeah. Fictional, dystopian, literary, dark, emotional, sad. That's what I put. I gave that 5 stars as well. That was fantastic. I'm like, that book is going to stick with me for a long time. And it's so funny when you think about it. If you read the book and then you think about it, it's like, what even happens in this book? Like, nothing that would be obvious really happens in this book. It's really just about this man and his like 10-year-old son traveling along this road to get to the coast because the dad wants to like get somewhere where he thinks might be safer, but he doesn't know if the coast is safer. So it's like everything is a risk. Everything is just awful. Like somebody could come and take his son away and kill his son so easily, and he's just trying to keep his son alive. It's like his biggest goal, which obviously in an easier world, that's your goal, to keep your child alive and healthy and happy. And it's just so like, it's very beautiful how it was written out. Like it's a very bleak, sad, gruesome story. But then the dad's just like, yes, of course you can do this. Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Anything for you. And it's simple things. And he has so much patience for him. It's just, it was really nice. It was really nice how that like relationship was written out. But the story is so sad. It's so sad. And I mean, yeah, like the bleakest book. I said it last week. So that's why I don't really want to say too much about that. But like the bleakest book I've ever read. But it's so impactful. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Because, yeah, if you really read it, it's like, what happens? They just are walking from here to there. Then they get there. It's like, then what happens? But also, it's very, I know I think I said gruesome, but there are certain things that happen along the way that, like, could be pretty upsetting. So, look up those trigger warnings if you have to. If that's something you need to do, I suggest that. But it was really good. Like, I see how it was, like, an award-winning book. It was fantastic. I gave it 5 stars. Then I listened to Fuzz, When Nature Breaks the Law by Mary Roach. I also gave that a 5-star.
Okay, we're starting off strong with these 5-star books.
That's right. That book was so funny. That's a nonfiction book, literally just about what people do when nature breaks our man-made constructs, like our laws. Mm-hmm. What happens? What do you do when a bear breaks into your house? What happens to the bear? You know, it's just stuff like that. Or the Pope at one point was having an issue with a certain breed of bird. Like they would swarm some, like him or the Vatican. I think they were living in the Vatican or something. And so our law in that regard is like they're loitering and trespassing. Like, so what happens then? What do we do about the birds? And it went into a lot of, you have to make tough decisions. What do you do? Do you put down the bear? Well, no. Well, can you relocate it? Maybe not. Like, it goes back and forth between all these different scenarios and the decisions you have to make and what actually works, what doesn't work. Somewhere in, I think it's India, they're working on, like, birth control for monkeys.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's not working out right now, but like they talk about that. Mary Roach talks about it. Like there's just so many things that go into what we do about nature, and
monkeys are mean.
They are mean.
They are very mean.
I am not a fan. I'm not a fan. You have to be
very careful when you go over there. We went to Nepal.
Yeah,
and my dad was like, if the monkey tries to take something, just let them have it. Because if you try to keep them from taking it, they'll start screaming. And then 100 other monkeys will come.
I don't play with monkeys, man.
And they will attack you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Monkeys, chimpanzees, no. No. When we went on our cruise, one of the many excursions you could do was like sloth monkey interactions, things like that. And my mom was like, oh, do you want to go do a sloth thing? And they've got monkeys and stuff. I was like, no, Nope. I'm okay. I don't want to do that, actually.
Sorry, Mom.
I am not interested. I'm not. I would maybe interact with a sloth. That'd be fine. But like, nope. Don't want to talk to a monkey. Don't want to touch a monkey. Did you know? I don't know all the details. A couple months ago, though, literally right before I went up to visit Lexi, a research facility in South Carolina accidentally let out like 40 monkeys.
Oh.
In South Carolina. I think they
accidentally let them out?
Right. That's what a lot of people are like, 40? Okay. And Austin, I was telling Austin, and okay, so the first things I had seen about it, of course, it was just short snippet videos on Instagram. I don't know all the details. And I think they're all back now. I think.
Oh, they came home.
Yeah, I think have all returned to their research facility. But it didn't specify whether it was monkeys or chimps. Yeah. There's a big difference.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all seen Planet of the Apes? Those weren't little monkeys. Those were chimps. I was so scared, Becky. I told Lexi this. I was crying in the car laughing so hard because I was like, I am so scared of chimps. Oh my gosh. And it has nothing to do with Planet of the Apes, really. It has to do with just the fact that they're so intelligent and smart and strong and violent.
There was a lady whose neighbor had a chimp and it bit her face off.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. Nope. Big old nope from me.
Yes, scary.
And so I didn't know if they were talking about 40 escaped monkeys or 40 escaped chimps. And I was like, I am so scared right now.
That could be a Stephen King book. I'm thinking about Cujo, but with chimps.
Yeah. And I was so upset. I was so scared. And then I found out they were monkeys, which are I still don't want to play with monkeys. But that does temper down my anxiety a lot. It was ridiculous. I felt so ridiculous after. I was like, Brooke, calm down. Of all the things to be scared of right now, like chimpanzees, the rapture, tsunamis, like it's my top fears. They're up there. Planet of the Apes, they're probably gonna win. I think they do in the movies. I haven't seen like the last two. Anyway, Fuzz, When Nature Breaks the Law by Mary Roach was very good. It was also very funny. She was very funny. And it's written by narrated by the author. So she did a fantastic job, of course. Yeah, it was very cool. She was hilarious. And it was actually very like informational. I would actually like a copy of that book. Like it was really, really fun. I couldn't justify buying it though when I was already listening to it,
Yeah.
But that's a book I think I'd like to own. Then I finished a really short book called What Moves the Dead by T. Kingfisher. Fisher. I graded that 4 stars. It was really good. It was spooky. That was the one. It's inspired by the fall of the House of Usher.
Oh,
right? Okay. So I talked about that. I think I talked about it in December.
Yeah, I remember you mentioning that.
So it's only 165 pages on Kindle. It was really good. It's the first in a series. I want to read the second one, but the second one is not on Kindle Unlimited. This was. And so I would
Yeah, they weren't making any money, so they're like, we're not doing that again.
I know. It's like, what a dirty, rotten trick. And so it's on Everand though. So I'm like, I guess maybe I'll listen to it because I can't justify buying it for my Kindle at like $11.99. It's a short book. Yeah. And then I'm going to have the sequel on my Kindle and not the first one? Like that just feels dumb. So I guess I'll probably just end up listening to it. It was pretty good though. It was a little scary, a little unsettling. I mean, it was very predictable. I don't know how much it has that is similar to Fall of Usher. I don't know. But it felt very predictable, which was fine. Like it was still written really well. The main characters were very funny. Well, two of the main characters were really funny. The rest were kind of sad, depressing. And but it was good. I thought it was fine. Then I finished A Psalm for the Wild Built, which is by Becky Chambers, which I read her other series, the Wayfarer series, on Kindle. It's a sci-fi found family. They're going on a quest kind of story or series, but none of those books were like following the same people, and I didn't know that until I started the second one, but they were all fantastic. I really like Becky Chambers' writing. A Psalm for the Wild Built was very good. It was very good. It was very beautiful, very atmospheric, very calm, quiet, peaceful, pondering, you know? Like I will read the synopsis for this one. Here's where I'm going to enter my synopsis reading. So, it's been centuries since the robots of Panga, Panga? I think they say Panga. Anyway, gained self-awareness and laid down their tools. Centuries since they wandered en masse into the wilds, never to be seen again. Centuries since they faded into myth and urban legend. One day, the life of a tea monk is upended by the arrival of a robot, there to honor the old promise of checking in on the humans. The robot cannot go back until the question of what do people need is answered. Oh, Lord, you'll never go back. But the answer to that question depends on who you ask and how. They're going to need to ask it a lot. Becky Chambers' new series asks, in a world where people have what they want, does having more matter? So it's really funny. As much as I want to say that you would like that book, you might. But I also don't think you would. Isn't that dumb? Isn't that dumb? Because I feel like it's so funny and it's so beautiful and kind of fun. It's a fun little book. There's a lot of random cursing that I really don't feel was very necessary to the character.
Yeah.
And there's just some like other language choices that are fine, but it was just a little exhausting for me to read. But the story itself was really good. This tea monk, that's his job. Like, he's a monk. I guess all humans and humanity, they've all become monks in some form or fashion, and they all do different things. Like, he's a tea monk, so he goes to different villages, sets up his little tea shrine and stuff, and people come to him and they're like, I'm having a crappy day, this is why. And he makes a certain brew of tea that just sets them at ease, and they just can relax.
That's lovely.
Yeah, like, honestly, in this series story world, humanity has like really progressed in a really kind of beautiful way, but at the same time they are clearly missing a lot. And I mean, that's the point of our main character. At one point he's like, I love my job, I love helping people, I love serving them tea and listening to their problems and offering any advice that I can, but something is missing. I'm almost tired of it, but I love it at the same time. Why is that? And he just packs up and says, hey, these next villages on my schedule, I'm actually not coming. I'll return at some point, but for right now, I'm going on a bit of a hiatus. And I'm going into the woods. And it's actually very beautiful in this first book. He at the beginning, he talks about how there's like no crickets anymore. Humanity's done whatever to cause almost the extinction of crickets. And he's like, well, I can hear frogs at night, but it's not the same. I can hear birds during the day, but it's not the same. What I want to hear are crickets out in the wild. So he ventures out into the wild, and he like gets to a certain stopping point because he has a destination in mind where he has heard possibly there are crickets. So he's like, I want to go there. That's like the only place left where there are possibly crickets. And I guess hearing them will like set him at ease in some kind of way. And so he's like camping out for the night. He's got like, they call it an ox bike. I think he drives it. It's like some kind of electricity powered bike, but it also pulls like a small camper behind him. So he parks it, gets ready for the evening, sets up his dinner, starts taking his outdoor shower with his little setup. And he's like singing and dancing, and you can imagine he's singing and dancing and he's naked. He's very vulnerable, right? And all of a sudden he turns around and there's this robot. And he's like, "Hi, I'm Mosscat. What would you like me to do? How can I help you?" And he's like, can I have my towel?" Like, it's funny. It was a really good story. It was really sweet. I really liked their interactions. The series, it's a 2-book series, and I can already tell you I wish it was more. It's called Monk and Robot. They're really sweet. Like, it's funny. And the robot is not the kind of robot you would expect. It's just like, he can't do math. It's funny. And it's called A Song for the Wild Built because he's a robot he ended up being built out in the wild by other robots.
Oh.
From other parts. So he's, I guess, not your typical robot. Very good story. I really liked it. I gave it 5 stars. There's so much. I just won't stop talking. Then I read What Lies Between Us by John Mars. I actually listened to that on Everand. The first John Mars book I read was The One, which was where they match your DNA and it's supposed to be with your soulmate that you can't resist.
Oh, yeah.
It just tears marriages apart, and a police officer's matched with a serial killer, and, a bunch of crazy stuff. This story, I will read just the synopsis. I'll try not to talk too much longer. I talk so much, and I hate listening to myself afterwards. It's crazy. Okay. Nina can never forgive Maggie for what she did, and she can never let her leave. They say every house has its secrets, and the house that Maggie and Nina have shared for so long is no different, except that these secrets are not buried in the past. Every other night, Maggie and Nina have dinner together. When they are finished, Nina helps Maggie back to her room in the attic and into the heavy chain that keeps her there because Maggie has done things to Nina that can't ever be forgiven, and now she is paying the price. But there are many things about the past that Nina doesn't know, and Maggie is going to keep it that way even if it kills her. Because in this house, the truth is more dangerous than lies. That book was wild.
Sounds wild.
It was. I gave it 4 stars, so it wasn't too wild. No. But it's crazy. It started off and I was like, these two characters, it was swapping between Mina and Maggie. And I'm like, these two characters clearly don't like each other. Why? Why don't they like each other? And I guess I hadn't read the synopsis, if I'm being honest with you. I don't think I have until right now. And then at one point you're like, oh, Maggie's like almost elderly. Nina's keeping this elderly woman in the attic. Why is she doing that? And I was like, am I about to read elder abuse? Like, I don't know if I can handle it. And then you're like, oh, it's not really a secret. It's not in the synopsis, but you find out pretty quick. Oh, Maggie is Nina's mom, and she's keeping her in the attic, chained up. Why? And the story just starts to unravel from there. You find out why she's doing it. These people are just toxic. These people are just toxic. Like, y'all needed help. Y'all should not have made the decisions y'all did, and somebody needed therapy. Somebody needed therapy for sure.
Now everyone needs therapy.
Now I need therapy from listening to that now. But yeah, it was pretty good though. It was, I think for a while I started to feel a little bored when I was listening to it, just because maybe from how long it was before I could listen to it again. I don't know if I was just getting bored because of that, or like if the story was feeling a little slow. But then I can't talk. I'm getting tired. Once things start to come to light, I definitely got more interested, and it gets pretty wild. It gets kind of upsetting. There's a lot of stuff. I guess I should mention that. Well, no, you can look up the trigger warnings. You can look them up. You're an adult. Look them up. You're probably an adult. I hope you're an adult. So I don't have to explain all this. But yeah, it was good. It was good. I feel like, was there something else after that? I think it was just Arc. Yeah. And I talked about Arc. Well, I didn't tell you the synopsis for Arc. Oop, not that. Do you need the synopsis for ARC?
You can do the synopsis for ARC.
FARC?
Fart? Did you say fart?
Okay. It's only 2 weeks before an asteroid turns home to dust. Though most of Earth has already been evacuated, it's Samantha's job to catalog plant samples for the survivors' unknowable journey beyond. Preparing to stay behind and watch the world end, she makes a final human connection. As certain doom hurtles nearer, the unexpected and beautiful potential for the future begins to flower. That's all she really says. An asteroid is coming to kill everybody on Earth.
That's crazy.
And everybody, and they had, I think, 20 years to prepare.
Oh, wow.
So they made 2 gigantic spaceships, and they're calling them the ARCs. And it's literally like a handful of scientists left. I think they're in, I might say it wrong, I think it's in Norway, Svalbard, I think. And I don't remember why they're there, because it's like snowy and freezing and they can't do anything with plants. I guess maybe maybe the temperature is preserving the plants better. I don't know. But they're cataloging plants to like send up to the ships so that wherever they go, I guess they can identify or take them with them to maybe plant them onto the next Earth that they found or whatever. And yeah, she plans to stay and not go with the rest of her science crew up to the ARC, because they're staying until like a day before the asteroid is supposed to hit, and then they're all being transported up. But she wants to stay because all of these scientists were actually chosen as just in case the asteroid comes a day earlier. None of them have any family left or anything like that. They have nobody to really think about them like that, I guess. And so she's like, I don't really have a reason to go. And then she meets another scientist there, and they start talking about flowers that he has. He has actual flowers. And she's just like looking through, like on a little glass. I don't know what you call them.
A slide?
Yes, that's what they call them. Through a telescope. So they start talking about the actual flowers, and she's like commenting on all of them and how like that was actually his wife's favorite and stuff. And so she makes this new human connection, and should I actually go? Should I still stay? I don't know. And it actually turned into a really, really beautiful story. I mean, it was already going to be a beautiful story. That sounds like kind of a beautiful story. Sounds like a stressful story, and it really didn't feel that stressful. But yeah, it was pretty gorgeous. I'm not going to lie. It was really good. Of all the things that I've read, read that. Read that short story. It was only, I think, literally 45 pages or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was really quick. I really wish it was like 345 pages or something. Because I think she could really do a lot without all of that. But it was fantastic. I liked it. Which I know I already talked about, but here we are. Oh, gosh. I haven't even said what I'm currently reading. Ugh. I don't know how you handle this, Becky.
How
listening
long have
to
we
me.
been recording?
A while. An hour.
Oh, I see it.
And 12 minutes. That's crazy.
It could be worse.
It has been worse. It's been like 2 hours once. I was like, oh my gosh. How do you expect me to edit this?
Who's listening?
I'll be quick. I will be quick. So at church, actually, me and Austin started to go to a early morning group before big church. I always called it big church. So it's actually about parenting. So we're actually reading a parenting book.
Yeah.
And we are supposed to read a chapter and then go and talk. I've never done anything like this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm new to this. And it's called Parenting, 14 Gospel Principles That Can Radically Change Your Family by Paul David Tripp. I don't know if you've ever heard of him. I have not ever heard of him. I think we talked about the first chapter yesterday. So now I've got to read the second chapter before Sunday. But it's really good. It was so silly. I don't know how it came up. I know I said I'd be quick. I'm sorry. I don't know how it came up. But Austin was standing here and I was talking about our stuff. And I said something like, no, that's a book that made me cry. And he was like, a book made you cry? I was like, I looked at him and I was like, every book makes me cry. And he thought it was funny. And on the way to church, I was reading out loud from the parenting book, and I just stopped all of a sudden. I had my sunglasses on because it was bright, I couldn't see. And I just stopped, and Allison's like looking at me like, why did my audiobook stop? You know? And he was like,
crying?
I had got choked up. It was so funny. And I felt so silly afterward. Sometimes it just happens though, and I can't like stop it. Or I can stop it. I just have to stop. But it wasn't even, I don't know. It was funny though. He was like, are you crying? He was like, oh my gosh, you do cry every time you read a book. Okay, and I've already mentioned Summer Frost by Blake Crouch. I'm also reading the second book in the Monk and Robot series I had just talked about by Becky Chambers.
Right.
It's called A Prayer for the Crown Shy. So, not far in that. It's, so far it's just about the monk and the robot traveling together. Sorry.
You're okay.
Take that. So it's really good though so far. Pretty interesting. Really sweet. So far I like the first one more. Oh, that's another thing. I'm listening to it on Everand because on Kindle it was not on Kindle Unlimited, and I don't want to pay $11.99 for it.
Yeah.
I just don't. I would have if I had to pay for the first one.
Right.
I don't know why that matters. Because it's just my Kindle.
I know, I can feel that.
It's sort of like if somebody you read the first book of some series on your Kindle and somebody handed you the second one to keep on your shelf, but now I don't have the first one to keep on my shelf.
Right.
It's just...
I feel that.
Yeah.
I understand. I strangely understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I feel like a lot of our listeners will also feel that.
Yeah. Do you feel that?
It's funny that you talked about you're doing a parenting book at church or before church.
Mm-hmm.
So Emma has devos every other Saturday with her high school group.
Oh, devotionals.
Yes.
For like 3 weeks now you've been saying Devo, and I'm like, I don't know what that means. And I kept meaning to ask you. Never did. It just clicked.
So Ella and I always have to figure out something to do while she's in Devo. And so one of Ella's friends' parents, I know that's it's like your Austin's brother's girlfriend, sister, mom.
Dog's cat.
They were suggested to read this book called Losing Control and Liking It by Tim Sanford. And so they decided that it would be fun if all the parents who had high schoolers but also had younger children and needed something to do while their high schoolers everyone but my child drives. So I'm not sure that anyone but me needs this, but should get together and talk about this book. So I said, sure. So I still have to buy this book. It's not that expensive on Amazon.
I meant to buy your book before. Like I had put it in my cart and everything, and then, did something else. And
that's funny. Heather set a reminder on her phone to buy my book.
Good. Everyone buy her book.
So I still have to buy this book because we're going to be meeting very soon to talk about the first chapter. So I'm doing the same thing, only my parenting book is for teenagers.
Yeah.
So it's how to set your teen and yourself free.
Oh, okay.
So we'll
Think
see.
You're going to cry when you read it?
I probably won't cry when I read it, no.
It wasn't even a reason to really cry. I think it was just the way something was worded. It just sort of, hello,
So we'll see. We'll see how that goes and when I get it put into my Storygraph and everything. So
yeah. Yep. Everyone else in the group too, they're like it's our pastor and his wife, and they've got 4 kids, all ranging from I think like 11 to 20 something. Early 20s. And then everybody else has somebody else had 5 kids. And then somebody else they have 2. One's a baby, one's a 9-year-old. me and Austin are the only ones that have 1-year-old. So like this is very new.
You
But-
guys have probably been married the shortest amount of all those people
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, for sure. But it's fun. It's nice seeing the difference in that way
Mhm.
when we're there, like our experience versus their experience, but their experience helps shape our future experience, you know? It's interesting. It's a good group of people. But yeah. That's
fine.
about it.
That's it.
Finally.
We're finally to the end, guys. Hey, but the good thing about videos is you guys can just like do that double tap.
Yeah.
And you can just fast forward us through the boring part.
Just pick up the speed.
Oh yeah, double time us.
Yeah.
You'll be done in half the time.
Exactly. I listened to a book very quickly. Like I increased the speed. Oh,
Yeah.
it was What Lies Between Us by John Mars. And normally I don't do that because normally I can't focus on it. Like it goes too quick.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm like,
It depends on how
I've
fast
developed
you
an
speed it
ability.
up.
Yeah. And like what the book's about, you know,
Yeah.
like how much do I really have to pay attention? But
Oh goodness.
yeah.
So
Okay.
that's it. Well, we talked about a lot of books actually,
We did.
so that's good. I mean, I only
Yep.
talked about 2, but whatever.
You'll get there.
Brooke is the one holding up this podcast.
The short stories.
So of course, it's that time of the show where we promote ourselves. Thank you for listening as always. Please keep your eye out for Sideways Sheriff. He has videos on YouTube. He's on Instagram and Facebook. So, support him. And
YouTube. Did you say that?
I think I did.
Sorry, I was looking at Stetson.
I'm pretty sure that was the first
I
thing
think that's
said,
the
but-
first thing you said.
And don't forget to like and subscribe to us as well.
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yes. That's funny to say that now. And we do have merchandise. We don't have a shop set up or anything like that, but you can email us, send us a private message on Instagram or Facebook, and we'll respond to you if you are interested in any of our merchandise. I know we did a thing not that long ago where we listed prices and stuff. We can try to do it again, but you can just email us and ask us, and we'll make sure to get money from you, of course.
Yeah, it's not free. I'm sorry.
It's not. And we'll send you your merchandise. We have mouse pads
To put your mice on.
to put your mice on.
I'm sorry.
We have T-shirts, which Brooke sported one last week. I don't know where mine is. I'm a terrible person.
Can't believe you.
We have bags, which hold pretty fair amount of things.
It's got a lot of my yarn in it right now.
Bookmarks, which makes sense since we're a book podcast. Do we have coffee mugs? We don't have.
No,
we
we
should get coffee
don't.
mugs.
Coffee mugs.
We love coffee.
We need a coffee tumbler.
We do. But we have bookmarks and Christmas tree ornaments,
A planner.
a planner, and that's pretty nice too.
Yeah.
The planner's pretty nice. So if you're interested in any of that, just let us know. We'll make sure that you are words. We'll make sure
Compensated?
that you get what it is you want. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And if you just want to support us, send us a little bit of money.
We take donations
We
as
do
well.
take donations. And I guess that's it for the self-promotion. Thank you as always for listening. It's wonderful to know that there are so many kindred spirits in the world. And until next time, stay happily booked. Bye.